Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to tell you the few type of friends you should keep away from at all costs. Number one is the type of friend who will always talk about themselves, and when you literally have something to say, they will not even care. I used to have a friend like this for 4 years. Literally every time she would call me, she would just talk about her boyfriend and her boyfriend problems, and when I had to say something, she really didn't even care about me. And this honestly hurt me so much. How can you do this to me? You don't even care about me. And you know what, that day I decided not to pick up the phone. She calls me up and she tells me the next day, I thought about you. Yeah, you thought about me after 4 years. Oh, congratulations, and then we tried to chill 1 or 2 more times, but it just wasn't working out or vibing, because honestly, at the end of the day, all she was interested in was to talk about herself. And it just, when she tried to listen to me, it just wasn't the same. So you want people who are actually interested in what you have to say. The second type of toxic people is the type of people who will only invite you to events out of interest, whether to a restaurant or to a party, just to show they have a lot of people around them, which is also highly narcissistic and very weird in today's day and age. But it does happen. Social media, you see it everywhere, all the time. They don't genuinely care to spend one-on-one time with you. Whenever you see each other, it's always in a group setting, but always for the wrong reasons. They barely give you any attention. You're just there as another person to entertain other people there. You don't need friends like this in your life. I went through a lot of that in my life, with friends who were users, always wanted to go to the places they wanted to go to, never where I wanted to go to, and I don't want to be around people like this anymore. Number 3 is the type of friends that are wanting someone to listen to them all the time, but not be there for the other person. These people are just takers. Who knows what happened in their life, but they think it's okay to come into other people's mental houses, energy houses, and just suck the life out of you, just talking about themselves all the time and not even being considerate about you. And when you ask them to talk, they're just not really there. These are not your real friends. I am sorry. No. Number 4, oh my God, the type of people who try to control your beliefs and what you believe and always have something to say when you say something. I cannot handle these people. I dealt with them for most of my life. I had a few friends like this and I had to take them out of my life. Okay, for instance, they try to tell you who to be or control how you feel. I had this one friend who was telling me, oh my God, these guys we hung out with said you're really nice. They shouldn't think you're nice because then they could take advantage of you. I am nice, but with limits, and people know that. You could be nice and have limits and people feel your limits, okay? I'm not nice or smile for no reason and be kind for no reason. I do it because, I want the other person to have a good time, but I would never do something like that. If I felt someone was trying to manipulate me, there is no way I would do that. And I smile that from 100 miles away. When someone is trying to manipulate me, I already know who I'm dealing with and I'm talking to every second, every moment of the day, without exception, 99% of the time. So don't try to tell me who I am and who I should be. She's like, Anastasia, you should be a femme fatale. I play the mean seductress. That's my role. You shouldn't look like a good girl or a nice girl. I sort of understand where she's coming from, but at the same time too, you shouldn't be telling people who to be and how they should be like. This created me a lot of emotional turmoil. I didn't know who I was anymore. I felt I always had to put a mask and never be myself. That would have never happened if I didn't take her advice. But honestly, when people are close to you and you don't have a lot of friends, you tend to listen to friends who tell you certain things about yourself and take them personally. But I swear, guys, it has nothing to do with you and everything with them. And you know what? At the end of the day, they're the ones who are not happy with their lives and always not themselves. And they could even not be themselves and vulnerable in a relationship. You have to forgive these people and know they're doing the best they can wherever they're at. And when people are talking, they're oftentimes talking about themselves. They can only talk from their perspective. They can't really understand other people's perspective most of the time unless they're empathetic and really can put themselves in other people's shoes. So we have to learn to be more forgiving. But that doesn't mean we have to accept people trying to control us and trying to tell us who to be in our life. It's not acceptable. Take me as I am or leave, okay? You don't have to tell me who I need to be in my life, okay? With friendships, we're there to grow, not to judge each other, okay? If I am doing something wrong and I need help on it, tell me, but don't tell me that who I am is not good enough for any of these things. It's just not fair to me, because then I start to doubt myself. Even though it's my choice to doubt myself, I don't need someone telling me that, okay? Anyways, at the end of the day, guys, friendships are work, especially if someone's your best friend. But there are certain things, that are acceptable and unacceptable. It's your decision at the end of the day of what you accept and not accept from people. It's a very hard path. Sometimes you might go back and forth with these friends because you have a hard time leaving them right away. It has happened to me. I am not the perfect human being. But you know what? At the end of the day, as long as you're yourself and you know your limits, and eventually you know how to walk away from bad situations, everything will be okay for you, Everything is always in the midst of works in whatever you're doing in life. Anyways, though, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!
I know you told your friend you're not okay.